in
This
HCM trees,
conference will now be recorded.
sorry, in HCM trees, we have talked about only the organization trees. Okay, and already we have talked about geography trees while talking about managed geographies in the enterprise. If you remember, I have shown you something on that day. Let me go one more time about that managed geographies. HT. Let me go for some instance. Directly log into the instance, setup and maintenance. Oh, sorry. Yeah, see here, um, they have created geographies by using managed geographies. This is a tree-like structure actually. The geographies itself. If you want to create any geography tree, also we can create that. The geography trees can be used whenever you are creating workday schedules. I mean, the work schedules. The work schedules will be different for different countries, right? At that time, these managed geography trees will be useful, but I'll try to show it to you afterwards. But as of now, uh, I have shown you how to create a tree for an organization. Everybody remember that, right? Please go through the video one more time to create how to create a organization tree. Let me go for the next place. If you use the ESC to create, I'm just for continuing the class where I have stopped yesterday. If you use the enterprise structure configurator to create your enterprise structures, then a default organization tree is automatically created. You can modify the tree and create additional organization trees. Okay. And if you do not use the ESC, then you create organization trees based on the predefined organization tree structure. You can secure HCM data by using an organization tree to identify organizations in an organization security profile. I have already discussed about all these points yesterday. Just for the continuation, I have started from here. Create an organization tree, create a division. I have discussed about these things yesterday. An organization can have one classification only. Uh, no, it's false. An organization is having multiple classifications. The same comment was already uh, the same comment was already done. Organizations are classified based on their purpose as a division, department, or legal entity. As I already said yesterday that if division is an organization, department is one organization, legal entity is one organization, enterprise is also one organization. All are organizations. Okay. What I want to say is all are different types of organizations at different level. Okay. That is the reason organization classification is not one type. All organization classifications are so many: division, department, legal entity. All are organization classifications. Okay. An organization can have one classification. It's false one. You can assign workers to department organization. I already discussed about this. It's true. Which of the following is a predefined tree? All of the above predefined trees. Yeah. Now I need to talk about actions and action reasons. Okay. Let me open the syllabus once. I just want to show at what point you are. Sorry for the late, and at the same time I'm consuming some time opening the documents and everything, but what I can do. You see here we have completed all these things, and in workforce deployment we have completed these things. Human resources, these things I have to talk about. These are it's a vast module, global payroll, and in human resources we are dealing with all the functional topics. Okay. in these are all related to talent management, everything. Okay, just this is a preview. This just it is a highline sentences about these things. But going forward, it is related to global. This is the workforce deployment only. Implementation tasks all comes under workforce deployment. We have created all these things. We have done these things. We have done individually and using enterprise structure configurator, and we have creative organizations, manage work structures, and today we'll be talking about grades and at the same time actions and action reasons. I'm just covering what or something which is not there in the syllabus also, something like actions and action regions, and so many things I'm trying to cover what is related to that particular object. uh, yeah, I have completed employment models. Okay, in workforce structures I have completed jobs and locations. I'll be talking about grades and positions in the going forward classes. And HCM worker number, workday information, person name, language. These all things are already covered. Person name formats, assignment status. I will talk about these things in going forward. Uh, these things are covered: implementation project, locations, enterprise, legal address, legal entities, division, business units, departments, jobs. These are all covered. At some parts has to be covered. I will be trying to cover these things. Positions and grades I will talking. Up to here it's almost completed, but in the 2-3 days I will be talking about global HR with different concepts, different setups and concepts. Okay, till now we are almost up to here. It's same configuration concepts, setup tasks. We're almost up to here. But in this, I have missed. I didn't talk about some concepts. I'll be talking in the next 2-3 days, and thereby the global core HR will be completed. Okay, and after then I will be starting about talking about some technical aspects like data loading, and at the same time sandboxes, personalizations using sandboxes. In that sandboxes I will talk about some EL expressions or Ruby expressions. Okay, and I will try to do try to do some personalizations. Okay, for one day. That's about the course content. We are almost up to here, and then I will start payroll again. Payroll, these things I'll start talking. Okay, I'm closing this course content as of now. Okay, yeah, let's come to this document. Yeah, actions and action reasons. Okay, what is an action and what is an action reason? Actions track changes in human capital management records. Okay, what is a human capital management record? Whenever you try to create an employee, I mean whenever you hire an employee, first you will give the effective date, and then why are you creating this employee? What is the reason for creating this employee? Why are you creating this employee is the action. Okay, what is the reason you are creating this employee is the action reason. In the same way, when you are creating a job, first of all you give the job name and then reference data set of the job, and then what is the use of this particular job. Okay, that is called action. And why you are creating this particular job, that is the action reason. Let me show it to you in an instant, then it will be more clearer to you. Every time when I'm talking about anything related to work core HR thing, I need to go for employee. Why? Because everything just revolve around the employee. We are doing all the setups to hire the employee, to run the payroll for the employee, to calculate the absence management for the absences for the employee, to just calculate the time and labor, how many hours of work he done for a how many hours he worked for a particular day in the organization, and how much work he had done in the particular organization. Those things, everything related to employee only. That's the reason whenever I'm talking anything, any setup, I need to go for the employee level. Let me open something, some instance. My client instance will be quicker. That's the reason I'm trying to show these things in my client instance itself. uh, Let me for hiring an employee, just need to count for my client rules and person management. Okay, if I'm a bit faster, please let me know, I'll become slow. Sorry, for hiring an employee I need to go for person management, hire an employee. I came for the wrong window. New person. hire an employee. Yeah, see here, the first thing is I will give the hire date when this particular person should be hired. Okay, I need to give the hire date. The very next column is hire action, is nothing but actions. Action is nothing but hire. Only one action is there for this particular uh, employee, for this particular business object. And the hire reason, once if you the action is selected, for some of the clients the instances might be having different more higher actions, higher conversion, higher, some more will be there, different depends upon the client requirement. But for my client it is having only one higher action, nothing but hire. And for this hire as the action reason is hire to fill vacant position, hire to hire via Equifax. Okay, in the same way, let me go for I'm just clicking on the home page again. In my client groups, I'll go for some workforce structures. See here, we're having so many workforce structures. Wherever you go, any workforce structure, for example, job. Okay, once if you try to create a job, the first thing is you'll give the effective start date when this job should be come into active. Okay, effective start date and the job reference date, and then the name and the job, and then a job code, and then you'll give action reason. Why are you creating this job? The action is creating job. Okay, action reason is why are you creating this job? Whatever it is there in this particular list, we can search here. As my client doesn't create any action reasons, I am unable to see any action reasons for creating a job action. Okay, I will show it to you in the instance. Just give some time. In the same way, try to search for some other business object. We have searched for hire an employee, we have searched for managing jobs, and we will search for some manage business unit. No, manage departments, anything is fine. I'm just searching for manage departments. See here, try to create. See here, the action is creating department. What is the reason we are creating this department? We have to give some action reason. If any action reasons are there, it will come. Even for department also, that doesn't create any action reasons. Going forward, they will create. Okay, let me cancel it. Okay, now we will go for creating some actions and action reasons, and action types will also be there. I'll discuss about those things. Uh, to go for actions or action reasons or action types, you just need to come for setup and maintenance, and that is related to workforce deployment task only. Okay, even if you search here manage actions, you can able to see that here also manage actions, or else you can search it from here also. It's a global search area. Some tasks can't be found in the previous page. The tasks which are unable to find in that page, we can search here manage actions. I'll just give the percentage, thereby all will come into picture, which start with manage actions. Here manage action reasons is there, manage actions are there, and manage action types will also be there. We will manage action types cannot be created by the end user or by any developer. Manage action types will be a defaulted one, which will be given by Oracle. That's the reason that was not in the list. Okay, and this manage action plan actions, manage action plan profile actions, these are related to benefits and some other modules, but not related to global HR. That's the reason I'm not talking about those things. Let me go for manage actions. See here, we didn't find any actions or action reasons for the job. Try to create one action reason for that particular job. Let me create action code, new job, NJ1, replacing job, The start date should be something past date, otherwise we will not get the data. January 1st, give some 1900. And it is not mandatory. We can give, if it doesn't give, it will take the default end date. Please remember that the default end date for anything is 12/31/4712. Okay, 4712. This is the maximum date that Oracle is providing. If it doesn't give any default and if it doesn't give any end date, the default end date is this. And here the action type are predefined, which will be given by Oracle itself. We cannot create any action types. Action types is nothing but creating job. Let's have a show. Let's have a look on the list. Yeah, accept job offer, add assignment, add contingent worker. All these are actions. Change offer. These are all action types. Sorry, I'm just trying to search related to job. If you try to update in the same way, I'll try to search create job. Is there or what? Yeah, create job. Yeah. This is the action reason and the action code is I'm just want to change it RPJ replacing job. Okay. And while you try to create an action type, create an action, let me save it. Before no, there is no option to save. For this particular action, I need to create some action reasons also. Please read it. If you continue, you will create a new action reason for this action rather than selecting an existing action reason. Do you want to continue? Yes. Action reason code RPJ reason 1. I will give R1 some code. Okay. And reason start date should be something like January 1st, 1990. And see here, for this reason end date is defaulted. If it doesn't give also, it will be defaulted in the backend. Now for this particular action, there is an action reason code. Okay. Let me try save and click on done. Now what you will do now, you will go for the same instance again. Now try to create a job. For creating the job, you need to come for workforce structures, manage jobs. Let me create some job. See here, previously there is no action reason come into place, but now we will check it again. See here, effective start date is 1951. I had given something like 1900 only. That's the reason it is not coming into picture. What we can do is 2000. Now try searching it. Why it's not coming? Yeah. Okay. It's not coming into picture. Let me try. If I forgot something here or what, let me go for this particular thing. Thereby I can came to know something if I forgot anything. Action track changes in human capital management HCM records. Actions determine the business flow. Action categorize the type of change. You can optionally associate actions with reasons. I just talked about how to create an actions and action reasons. Uh, If you see here for what I have created, let me check one more time. Action code I didn't remember. Action name is replacing job, something like that. I have created. Action type is create job only. It has to come. Oh, I have given 1900 only. It has to come. I don't know why it's not coming. Hmm. Some or other field might be created with some previous date. That's the reason it is not coming. Let me check with some other action reason. Since it's not coming, I will check one more time. It's not coming. I will. Yeah, some issues there. Some issues there with job set. Might be this reference data set is created with some latest date. That's the reason it's not coming into picture. Let me try to create for some other action reason. Okay, let me click on done here. Manage action. Okay, let me create it for some other action type. Let me check what are accept job offer. I tried creating for create job, right? Let's try for update job. I don't know why it's not coming for create job. I need to check on that. For update UD1 action name is update uh, the existing job. Some name should be given. That's the reason I'm just giving that manner. Started is something like 1990. I'll be giving, or 1951 only. I'll give update job. For this particular action, I'm trying to create action reason code is update job action reason code 1. It some reason. It's not the actual reason, but whenever you're trying to update any job, you have to give the reason why are you updating this particular job. Okay. Let me give 1951 itself. Yeah, I have created an action for update job, and then I have created an action reason for the same action. Let me create save and click on done. Okay, let's search for an update job now. Yeah, see here, I need to update this particular job with some today's date only. See here, action reason. Only reorganization is there. I think I need to set some profile option. That's the reason it is not coming. If you go further into the document, it will come into picture. See here, actions and action reasons. Action types identifies the type of business associated with the action and determines what happens when you select an action. As I already said, that action types are also there. Action types is nothing but when you're creating job, updating job, or the action types. That's what is mentioned here. Action type identifies a type of business process. Business process nothing but creating job, updating job associated with the action, and determines what happens when you select an action. If you create a new action, if you are creating a new action, you must associate that action with any one of the predefined action types. Yeah, see, creating a job is a predefined action type, and updating a job is a predefined action type. Whenever you're creating a new action, I should associate that particular new action with one of the predefined action type. That's what I did just now, creating an action. Yeah, so after creating an action, I need to talk about this, but not sure why this is coming into picture. For this particular update job, I'm having reorganization as the action reason. Only is reorganization is coming. Let me search one more time if I am missing something or not. That's it. Yeah, anyway, just keep that in mind. We can create an action and action reason at this point of time. In this way, we can create an action and action reasons in this way. And where you will use these actions and action reasons is while creating a job, while updating a job at that point of time. I will come back to this one more time tomorrow. I'm not sure why this is not coming to picture. That it might be a small issue where at some point I'm missing that. Anyway, I'll come back to this tomorrow again. Let me go for the next thing. I don't want to waste your time and my time also. See here, define next part is define collective agreements. A collective agreement is a special type of commercial agreement that is negotiated collectively between the management and behalf of the company and trade unions. These agreements these are not mandatory, but this has to be created when the enterprise is having some trade unions in that particular in that particular organization. See here, I'm coming to this first page. We have talked about all these things: manage locations, manage divisions, manage departments, manage organizations, and the last part is manage collective agreements. Okay, in manage collective agreements, that is not the mandatory setup. If you had a look, this is an optional one. The star marks makes it an optional one. If you, I want to make it large. Manage collective agreement is not a mandatory step. It's an optional one. Let me go for that. Manage collective agreements will be come into picture when that particular enterprise is having some trade unions. At that point of time, this particular thing will be created. uh, Let me increase the font. Yeah, to create defining a collective agreement is a special type of commercial agreement that is negotiated collectively between the management and the trade unions. Okay, there should be some contract. There should be some words between a trade union and the management of the company, right? Uh, that agreement at that point of time, they will create an agreement between them. That is nothing but defining collective agreements. Okay. While defining collective agreements, there will be some bargaining unit. Along with that, some other unit will be there. I'll be discussing about those two things. Let me go to those. Yeah, creating collective agreements. To create a collective agreement, define workforce structures. See here, a bargaining unit will be there, union code values will be there, and the legal employer will be there. Okay. Yeah, and this bargaining unit or collective agreements is specific to a specific country. What I want to say is these trade unions will be having some regulations, rules and regulations. Those rules and regulations will be different, will be differed with respect to the countries. The rules and regulations of the trade unions of India will be different. The rules and regulations of trade unions of US will be different. There will be slight differences in the rules and regulations of their trade unions. The working hours will be different, and the number of days working in a week will be different. If you consider in India, these trade unions will be working for 6 days a week, whereas in US it might be 5 days in a week, depending upon the depending upon the enterprise type of enterprise. Okay. uh, Let me go and create this managed collective agreement. To create a collective agreement, the for whatever the setup we used to come for this global search area, and you are creating it. When here also you can, it's a workforce deployment thing, right? I think you can find it here also. Manage collective agreement. Don't find it here. See here, we are able to find it here directly. If you are unable to, since the workforce deployment, if I select something else, development, if I'm trying to search here, it will not come up picture sometimes if it is not the part of workforce development. Since this particular thing is both for workforce development and workforce deployment, it is coming here. Something like manage lookups, manage common lookups. It is not part of even workforce deployment and workforce development. That's the reason it's thrown an error. No task associated with the enabled functional areas and features of this offering are found. Something like that. Let me create manage collective agreements. I'm trying to create it from here only. See here, to create it, yeah, I need to select some past date, 1990. Why it's not selecting? Yeah, I had selected the states or United country as the United States, and the fields will be deferred. I mean, the bargaining unit and this union, these will be deferred based upon the country I have selected. I'm just selecting the country as United States, and I can give some identification code. Um, US US Trade Union 1. And these are all related to I mean the description is about the trade union I'm creating, about the collective agreement I'm creating, and comments. These are all not mandatory. If you want to attach something, you can put it here, and these might be created. There should be some negotiation between the bargaining unit. There should be some bargaining unit between this employer and the trade union. Okay, that's the reason you can create the bargaining unit and the union also, and you can attach the legal employer. I will be having some legal and employers here, Sally Beauty LLC, and the employer organization. The employer organization, there will be the employee might be related to any of the organization, right? In the enterprise, the employer who is the representative for this particular trade union might belongs to some department. We can put his name. We can put the department name, and even the both the employer organization and the employee organization, uh, in the employee contact and employee contact. There should be one person who is the leader of that organization from the trade union, and for them we'll give the details here. At the same time, there will be one contact person from the employer also to had the discussion related to this particular trade unions. Okay, we can give those details here if it is needed. And this is particularly an extra information type field. It is for Italy. It depends upon the, it is related to some legislation, and these are all not mandatory fields. And and we will deal with this whenever it is required. When you are configuring for, when you are running when you're configuring global HR for Italy legislation, then at that time you will be giving the data here. But as of now, there is nothing. If you want to add something else also, we can add by configuring extra information type fields. Okay, and if you click on save and close, then collective agreement can be created. But we can create the bargaining unit and unions also. Let me show that also to you. Manage bargaining units is the task for creating bargaining units. See here, it's something like a lookup. if you want to add one new lookup into that, you can add it. Yeah, so only two lookups are there. Bargaining unit code. If you want to add one more lookup to this lookup code to this bargaining unit code, you can add that. Okay, as it's my client instance, I'm not creating it. Just to add a new one, you need to click on plus symbol, and one more place will become, and you can give two, and you can give the started in it. What is the meaning of this lookup code? We have to give. Bargaining unit code for my client instance is having two things. One is 45-hour rate, and for a week they should work for 45-hour rate, something like that. uh, okay, I'm just removing it. Oh, see here, and the same way you can create banners worker unions also. Yeah, if you want to create it, just click on create. You can give the country name, and you can make that particular union active. Since it's related to you, if it is related to US, you can give the FEIN number. If it is for other country, it will not. You don't need to give any information here. We can see here there is an action reason for this also. Location is there. What is the where this particular bargaining unit is located, and you can give all the values. Okay, and then if you click next, let me give some values here. I'm giving some dummy name. I want to say one more thing. The bargaining unit is nothing but an organization. It's also one type of organization. It might be a department. It might be some business unit. Maybe some small one organization or enterprise. Okay. If you want to create something which is already existing, we can if you can select an organization to define as a worker union. You can make some organization, something like department, some business unit. We can select that. We can make that into a worker union also. Okay, but I'm just trying to create a new one. Yeah, after that we can give the code and description. uh, these things also, if it is mandatory fields, we can give it. We need to give it the sequence and the bargaining unit, some nothing but organization name. These two fields are mandatory, and location, contact name, contact title, contact name of the worker union leader, and the contact title, representative, or whatever the contact title, you can give it here. When the union, this is related to bargaining units, and the union contacts, who are all the members of that particular union, can be given it here. Okay, these are not mandatory setups. I don't need to talk about this, but if it is needed, we need to create these things, but these are not mandatory setups. As per the need of the client, we need to create these bargaining units and these collective agreements and the trade unions and all these things. And if you click on next, and then you need to review it, and then you can submit it. But however, it's my client instance, I'm not creating it. Okay, I'm canceling it. That is all about bargaining units and collective agreements. Create a collective agreement. Yeah, which of the following is true? A collective agreement is a special type of commercial agreement which is negotiated collectively between the management and the employees. A collective agreement is country specific. I already said that's a country specific one. Validity date determine the period for which the collective agreement is valid. Yes, correct. It regulates the terms and conditions of employees in their workplace, the duties and the duties of the employer. All of the above are correct. Okay, you can link a collective agreement to an assignment provided the bargaining unit, country, and legal employer of the collective agreement are consistent with the assignment or an employment term. It is true. Why? Because you can please go through this content one more time. You can link a collective agreement to an assignment provided the bargaining unit. Yeah, what it's saying that this I already said about whatever the setup you have done, that will be map it to one of the employee. Nothing but an assignment here. I'll show. I mean, if my client is using bargaining units, The if an employee is related to particular worker trade union, then that particular employee will be added, will be having one bargaining unit. If you go and search to hire an employee, manage worker unions, let me go for hiring an employee, or the employee who was already hired in. Let me go for person management screen. Try searching an employee. There are so many fields here, right? Along with these fields, a bargaining unit will also be there in the same place. If my client is configuring on bargaining unit, trade unions, yeah, as my client is not configuring that period, that particular, yeah, see here collective agreement mein, union number, union, and bargaining and collective agreement. What it means is this will be attached to the assignment. That's what the question he asked to us. You can link a collective agreement to an assignment provided the bargaining unit, country, and legal employer of the collective agreement are consistent with the assignment or an employment term. Yeah, this is true. Let me go for the next. Yeah, by this we have completed about actions and action reasons and collective agreements and locations and SCM organizations. Okay, but the actions and action reasons are incomplete because I was unable to show. We have created action reason, but I am unable to show that action reason to an employee. I'll try to show it tomorrow. I'm not sure where I'm missing, but the setup is very particularly very clear in my point of view. Mm, it's a simple setup, and it is uh, and we need to discuss about some other things, and then I can try to go for the actions and action reasons one more time. See here, till now, if we have a look here, we have completed this part: manage locations, manage divisions, manage departments, manage disability organizations, which is not a mandatory field, mandatory setup. Manage reporting establishments, manage organization trees, and manage cultural agreements. Okay, then now we need to discuss about manage salary basis, manage salary grades, manage salary grade rates, and manage salary grade ladders. Okay, let me go for that particular task. Mm, um, and this is a bit related to compensation module. I will not talk about much about compensation module, but I need to talk about these things on a high level basis. Thereby, we can use the salary basis, salary grades, and salary grade rates while for an employee. We need to attach these things to an employee itself directly. That's the reason I need to talk about this. What is the impact of create of the basis and salary grades and salary grade rates for an employee directly? That's the reason I need to talk about this. I will not go into compensation module. I'll be talking just high level on this in with respect to an employee. Okay, let me go for the next step. Yeah, the following table shows such a sequence and high level purpose of enterprise and workforce stage tasks. Yeah, this anyway, these are not mandatory, but we need uh, if you're giving salary for the employee, depending upon the requirement of the client, we need to create these things. Okay, and manage salary basis the employee is the mandatory task in this particular uh, in all of these tasks in the compensation module. What is salary basis? Nothing but uh, define base pay based on singular multiple components. Yeah, what is salary basis? Whether that the employee will be getting salary in annual way or hourly way or weekly way or monthly way, that is nothing but salary base. Okay, how you, for how many types of components he is getting the salary? Basically the regular salary is nothing but salary basis. Along with that, overtime salary will be there, any extra overtime salary will be there, double time salary will be there. Those things will be coming to picture. But managed salary basis is particularly something related on what basis the person will get the salary, whether he will get the salary on hourly basis, whether he will get the salary on something like regular basis, something like monthly basis or bi-weekly basis. That is nothing but salary basis. Okay, you understand, right? On what basis the employee will be getting the salary? Is it hourly basis or it's weekly basis or something like that? Okay, it's nothing but a salary basis. Let me go for the next step: grade step and maintenance. Okay, Yeah, I'll be talking about these grades and grade steps also. Do you find anything? See here, what is a grade? Grade records the level of compensations of workers. Like grades, nothing but we'll be having different grades in our organization. Something like an associate is a grade. CIAT associate is a grade. Senior associate is a grade. Okay. Okay. Assistant is a grade. These two are related to one part. Okay, and assistant is a grade. Manager is a grade. Senior manager is a grade. There will be different grades like this. Okay, uh, nothing. These are all nothing but grades. Okay, let me talk. Grades record the level of compensation for workers. You can create grades for multiple pay components as salary, bonus, and overtime rates. Okay, grades for each of these particular grades, the salary will be differed. Okay, for associate there will be one salary. For senior associate there will be other salary, more than associate. Depends upon the experience and everything. An assistant will be having one salary, and manager will be having other one salary, and these are all nothing but grades. And grades will be created based upon the multiple pay components such as salary, bonus, and overtime rates. Okay, grades will not be grades will be not only created on the salary, not only created on base salary, but also on salary of other salary components like bonus and overtime rates, and some other things like double time rates, and some other things will be there. And this is about grades. And what is grade rate? Okay, these are all nothing but grades. Okay, now grade rates. Okay, if the grades is having if the grades are attached with some range of salaries, okay, then it will become a grade rate. Okay, I will, when I show that in the instance, it will be more clearer. And the grade rates will be with respect to with legislation. For example, if this particular associate is working in India, his salary will be around some 7 lakh rupees to 6 lakhs 6 lpa to lpa to some 7 lpa. Okay, if the senior associate is there, if it is something like 11 lpa to 14 lpa. Okay, if it is the associate and senior associate is from India. Okay, India. Okay, if the same associate and senior associate is from US, okay, that will be something around $60,000 to something around $70,000. Okay, and for senior associate it is something like uh, some $85,000 to some $1 lakh. Okay, when the grades are associated with some amounts, okay, some amounts, then it will become a grade rate. Okay, and the grade rate, as we are attaching the amounts depending upon the legislation, the amounts will get different. For India it will be 6 lpa to 7 lpa, and for US it will be $6,000 to $7,000. Depending upon the currency and depending upon the legislation, the grade rates will get different. Okay, that is nothing but a grade rates. I I showed what is I showed what I said what is meant by grade, and I said what is meant by grade rate. Now uh, let me have a look in this particular document. See here. Okay, grade steps also I need to say. I will say directly from the picture itself. See here, grade steps. Grade steps are distinct increments of progression within a grade. Okay, we can create grades without grade steps, or even with grade steps. Grades without steps and grades with steps. If it is having steps in the pharmacy technician training, there will be step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay, primary pharmacy technician 1, there is step 4, step 5, step 6, and step 7. And they say there will be steps whenever there is a increment. Whenever there is increment from step 1 to step 2, it is nothing like a progression. If Let me talk here. whenever an employee became a senior associate from an associate, it is nothing but it's nothing like it's a promotion. Like a particular person was promoted to senior associate from associate. But when a grade is having steps, whenever there is an increment from step 1 to step 2, then it is nothing like progression. It's not a promotion. Okay. There are two concepts. One is promotion, and other one is progression. Okay. Moving next level in grade steps is nothing but progression. Whereas moving to next grade is nothing but promotion. Okay, you understand the difference between these two, right? Promotion and progression. Okay, there will be we can create grades without grade steps and with grade steps. If there are steps within each and every grade, there will be step 1 to step 3. Okay, out of these three steps, one step will be the ceiling step. Okay, I will let you know what is the ceiling step. Okay, when I'm showing it in the instance, I will show it to you. Okay, let me see here. And why are you discussing all these things? Is because there is a small reason. While you create an employee, let me go to create an employee. Already I had a, let me create. I have discussed all these things already. I'm not saying about these things. Last name is Sachin, and I'm giving some random address. As of now, personal information is given, and now I'll be giving employment information. In the employment information, we'll be attaching the business unit. Okay. Once if you attach this business unit, see here, we'll be having grade ladder and grades, everything here itself. Okay. I will talk about these grades and grade ladders. Okay. Let me give some position here. Let me select a grade also. Check this grade ladder which was already created. Yeah. See here. See. Now we came to compensation and other information task. Okay. In some page, I will open this manage grades also. We are talking about the grades only. That's the reason I'm opening the manage grades. Yeah, the grade name is what I have attached is XXW1, it seems. See, I already said that a grade will be attached to one reference data set, but this grade is attached to common set. Okay. See here, these are the grade step details, step 1, 2, 3, and out of this is the stealing step. This is the first step, and this is the second step. This is the last step, is nothing but a stealing step. Once if he comes to the step, there is nothing to go further, and he will move to the next grade. Then the stealing step is nothing but that is the last step in that grade. Okay, and prior to that there are some rate values. Okay, for the rate values is nothing but, as I already said, that uh, uh, if you attach some annualization, if you attach some minimum and maximum amount, then it will become a grade rate. This is the US annual grade rate, and this is related to US. Okay, and the rate type is salary, and frequency is annually. Annulation factor is 1 since the frequency is annual, and currency is USD, and the minimum is 14,000, maximum is 18,250. Okay, now I'm hiring the employee and I'm trying to give some amount. The salary basis is annual. Let me give some employee. When I had given this, it has taken the amount like this. Since my annualization factor is 1 is annually, it will be calculated, the full time equivalent will be 1 since the annualization factor is 1 itself. Okay, um, the salary basis will be useful at this point of time. On what basis this particular employee will be getting the salary, whether this particular amount of salary he will be getting in hourly basis or annual basis. It's a huge amount, right? We can understand by having a look at that. But if you select hourly, see here, amounts are recomputed based on the world's workers new salary basis. For every hour you will get like this. Okay, uh, if I'm selected hourly as a salary basis, there will be some annualization factor. Uh, this salary amount will be multiplied with that annualization factor, and it will give this amount. Okay, this is where the salary basis will be used. Uh, as of now, I'm talking about grades and grade rates. Yes, simply remember that grades are nothing but these are all grades: senior, assistant managers, associate, senior associate. These are all grades. Okay, and grade rates are nothing but whenever a grade is attaching with some uh, attaching with a range of salaries, something like minimum is 14,000 and maximum is 18,250, then it will be a grade. It's nothing but a grade rate. Okay, this particular grade is having the grade rate as minimum 14,000 and maximum 18,250, and that is based upon a particular legislative data group, nothing but particular legislation. If it is since it is US LDC, this minimum and maximum is 14,000 to 18,250. If you select something else, CALDG, it will differ. There is no grade rate differ for attached to this CALDG. That's the reason nothing is mentioned here. Try to give something XSLB. Okay. Since CALDG is not having any grade rate value, it doesn't give any information. Let me go back. Let me just go back. I clicked on next. Okay, sorry, I need to go back. Okay, business unit. I have given Canada. Okay. Uh, I want to change the legal employer. Once the legal employer was given, we can't edit it. That's the reason I'm just canceling it. Let me give some US related legal employer. Search in one. Sorry, it is Canada. No? I should search for US. Click on next. Some business unit. Okay, I'll talk about grades and grade ladders more in detail, but let me show the impact of salary basis, and let me show the impact of grades and grade ladders also while hiring an employee. You see here. Yeah. Now my grade name is XXMRS M001, right? See here, for this grade, the US annual grade rate 55,000 to 95,000. Let me search for CA also. Anything is there or not? Depending upon the LDC, it will get changed. Since for my Canada LDC, nothing, there is no grade rate. That's the reason nothing come into picture. If you want to attach, you can attach that. Okay, for only US LDG, they have defined grade rates. Okay, that's simple. It's very simple. Yeah, click on the next step. Okay. Salary basis is something like annually. I'm just giving annual. Salary amount 6,000. Actually, what should be the impact, right? Something is the as the maximum salary is 95,000 and the minimum salary is 55,000 and the midpoint is 75,000. If I'm giving 96,000, it should throw some warning message here itself. Here itself, when I'm giving the salary is 96,000, it should throw some warning message to me. I think it will get when I'm click next. No. For this also some profile options has to be set. I'll let you know what are all the profile options has to set for getting those warning messages. If you go further, examples of grades and grade steps. Yeah, some profile actions are two profile actions. One is per enforce valid grades and per default grades from job position determine the grades that are available for selection. Okay, these profile action options has to be set. I will talk about these profile options and everything tomorrow, but and along with that actions and action reasons also. uh, that's it for today. Any questions? Today I have discussed about how to create an action and action reason, and then I have talked about collective agreements. In collective agreements there will be bargaining units and trade unions I had shown you how to create those things and what is the use of those collective agreements, bargaining units, and trade unions. And I had given some high level knowledge and what is a grade and what is a grade rate, and in how many types a grade can be created. A grade can be created without steps and with steps. Without steps and with steps is nothing but uh, whenever we create a grade with steps, we'll be having step 1 and step 2 and step 3 in each and every grade. I mean, there will be additional steps in each and every grade. If they are not creating without steps, there will be direct grades. I have shown you the picture in that. Tomorrow I will try to create some grades with steps and without steps. Okay, whenever we are creating with steps, we will directly attach some amount, some dollars of amount here directly. Let me, without steps, right? Yeah, see here, for step 1, this should be the amount. For step 2, this should be the amount, and for step 3, this should be the amount. Something like that will be there when there are steps. But when there are no steps, only the range of amounts will be there, something like 20,000 to 25,000. This particular primary technician should get salary in between 20,000 to 25,000. Okay, the primary technician one should get salary in between 28,000 to 32,000. uh, if you're having if you are not having steps, if you're having steps, this particular step 1 will be having some 21,000, step 2 should be having some 23,000, step 3 is having 26,000. You will define in that way. Okay, that's the only difference. If you're having steps, you'll be directly attaching some particular dollar amount. If you're not having steps, we will give the range of values. This in between this to this, this particular grade should be having as salary. Okay, that is the difference between grades and grade steps. mm, I'll try to show here. I opened one grade. Yeah, for this particular grade, this is the grade name. Okay, uh, uh, the grades can be created in grade set. Even a grade set is also attached to one reference data set. I already communicated. First of all, we need to create some rate values, grade rate values. Once if you create grade rate values, let me open that. Let me open the task. Anyway, I will do it tomorrow, but just for sake of information, just to give some clear idea. Yeah. First of all, you need to create grade rates. In grade rates, you'll be giving legislative data. I mean, for which legislation, for which country you're creating this legislative, for which country you're creating this particular grade rates. Okay, we'll be having United States, Canada, and everything. Till now, my client created grade rates for United States only. That's the reason nothing coming for Canada. Is spelling wrong. USLDs will be there. Once if you click on OK, you can give the grade rate name, rate type, salary. It is for, as already said, there will be default grade rates are salary, overtime, and bonus. And I should make as active, and frequencies annually or semi-annually, quarterly, monthly. This is nothing but grade salary basis. Okay, annihilation factor will be there. Currency, since I have selected United States, the currency is USD. What is the reason that you are creating this particular grade rate? And the context is nothing but related to DFFs. Okay, then you can click on submit. Once grade rates are decided, okay, once grade rates are created, then you can create a grade. Okay, then we'll go for a grade. While creating a grade, we will attach the grade rate values in the next page. Okay, I will configure it tomorrow, and it's already 10:26. Okay, then you can attach this grade to any of the employee. Okay, see here, I try to attach some grade to this particular employee. Sorry, I should click on black, and let me click one more time back. Since I attached a grade something like XX M or SM01, this is the grade for this particular grade. For this particular grade, there are some grade rates also attached to this particular grade. Something like US annual grade rate is defined. Okay, for this particular grade rate, the minimum value is 55,000 and maximum value is 55,000. Okay, if I give more than this amount here while hiring an employee in the next page, if I'm giving more than this 95,000 amount, it should throw some warning message to me actually. For throwing such warning message, we need to do one more step. We need to set profile options that was not set up. That's the reason that the warning message doesn't shown to us. Okay. I will show you tomorrow when we are giving more than the amount what is prescribed in this particular grade rate. Okay, minimum is 55,000, maximum is 95,000, but you had given 96,000, right? When you had given this 96,000, it should it should throw some error, some warning message actually. Salary mid compare issue is nothing but what is the amount it mentioned here. It's the midpoint. 75,000 is a salary range midpoint. Compare ratio, range position, quartile, and annual. Okay. So the grade name what I have attached in the previous page that came here. Okay. Yeah, I'll try to show these warning messages and everything tomorrow by setting the profile options. Okay, that's it for today. Any questions on this? And is it clear for everyone?
Sharma,
Yeah,
can you please, can you please send me that course content, starting document, which are topics are covering and which are not covering? So
okay,
we
okay.
can we can cross check and go one by one. We can practice.
Yeah, sure. I'll send it. I'll send it.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, fine. Any more questions? If nothing else, I'll conclude this class. Okay, bye for the day. I'll connect again tomorrow.
Okay, bye. Good night.
Bye. Good night. Good night.
Good night.